I'm Gerry McGrath. I live right next door to Michael with my wife Fran and my 3 beautiful daughters and 3 beautiful grandkids. And we spent the last many years with Michael. We were very close with him and Andrew, and he's going to be he's already tremendously missed up there. And it's amazing, years ago when Michael first got here, he didn't like the siding on the house, so he took the siding off. Well, he left it pink, and I was like, I can't have this next to me. So I had a stern talking with him in the driveway, and we became best of friends after that.
Beautiful house now.
I knew everything about that house, how it was built, how beautiful that house is. Totally beautiful home, well designed. But I did his driveway. Thank you. I love to do it. There were such beautiful and phenomenal neighbors. And in the very beginning, my wife and I had this beautiful boxer named Roxy. She was beautiful, and anybody who came down that road, that dog stopped the car because she wanted to know, where are you going, and does Michael know you're coming? It was like him, the dog, and Michael could talk to one another, and it was so beautiful. Now, I know you people are all connected with Michael and his artistic career and everything, but I'm a Bowery boy, you know what I mean? So for him to meet me, it was like, you know, the punk meets the Godfather. It was just, but we had such a wonderful rapport. And when we had oak trees falling in a storm, one of them fell on his house. So I ran next door and I climbed up the tree to the roof, and there's Michael in a toilet bowl. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. I mean, I could have thrown him a roll of Scott tissue and he would have said, what, not Charmin? You know what I mean? That was Michael. So we had so much fun with him next door. He was always at our home,
Wonderful,
Andrew and
lovely
Mike.
neighbor. Yeah.
He'll be tremendously missed. And God forbid, or not God forbid, God hoping, if the price on that house goes down, I will buy that house for my daughters so that they know. He was a very talented man. I used to talk to him about Broadway all the time, and then I played music in my garage. And I would sing, and he'd stand at the end of the driveway, because I was horrible. I mean, seeing me do Pippin is just ridiculous. You know, and here I am, you know, John Cullum trying to sing out Shenandoah. I mean, it was just, he would come down the driveway and no. So it was, I had so much fun with the man. I enjoyed the man, I loved the man. I will miss this guy like you won't believe. I live at the end of a cul-de-sac. I left the government, I left my work, and I love where my house is. I need, and it'll probably be me, because I'll probably buy it anyway. I need a neighbor to take that spot. That is 1/10 of Michael. He was such a phenomenal, you know, I used to drive my tractor up and go around, cut his whole lawn, and he would turn around and say, when did you do that? I didn't hear it. That's how well built that home was. But he'd also come by an hour later and say, damn it, you ran over my rhododendrons or whatever. A tractor doesn't have a mind, it just runs right over it. I'm sorry I'm being, but he was a fantastic. I will miss this man like you won't believe.
Do you want to sing a little something?
Do you have a preference? All right, Pippin was good. I could do any of those.
Thank you.
But if you like, as long as Raquel Welch comes up and does Woman of the Year with me, because she was, whoa. All right, the Bowery Boys going.
Yes. Hi, I'm Virgil Scudder. I am Susan's understudy. And I want to second what she said about Michael being her best friend ever. She and I have been married for 59 years, so I know who her friends are. And Michael was the best. You know, we miss people in big ways and small ways. And we've talked about a little bit about both today. But one of the things that, well, one of my first memories was we had this nice old house in South Orange, New Jersey. And Susan said, want to paint the living room red? And I said, absolutely not. And she said, Michael recommends it. I said, okay, let's give it a try. It was absolutely right. We had a ritual each day that has dramatically changed in the last 2 or 3 weeks. 3 things happen to us every day. I call my brother, who's 94 in a nursing home in Indiana. I call my 45-year best friend and business colleague, who was in a nursing home in North Carolina, and she texted Michael. Well, my brother's still around. My business partner died within a few days of Michael. And those talks every morning, I could get her attention after the texting with Michael. So she said, okay, I'll have 1 more cup of coffee. What's going on with Michael? And then she'd start to tell me, well, this reading was supposed to, I said, are you on with the Mayo Clinic or your friend? He was meticulous about everything medical. And I think it's one reason that he really lived so long. I was going to start off my remarks here, which I hadn't really thought of making, with something that I'll never take out of my mind about him. You think? You think, Jen? But that was Michael, and that's one thing that we'll miss. He was wonderful, he was kind, he was charitable, he was modest. Scrub that. Modest. Yeah, take the modest out. He loved everybody. Take that out. But he was one of the most fantastic people that I have ever met. One of my very best friends, Susan's best friend, and she means that. I'm going to leave you with a quote from one of my favorite authors, and that's Maya Angelou. And it fits Michael. And she said, people will forget what you say. They may forget what you do, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Michael made us feel good.
Jan mentioned that Michael was in the room tonight. He's a piece of everything. Of course, he is. He's a piece of all of our lives. The videos that we put together tonight are all Michael's too. I mean, in the sense that it's all material from that we found at Michael's house as we were cleaning up. We had a box of memorabilia stuff for Jan, but found an old the tapes of Michael singing are from a demo tape that he did back when, I think it was in the 80s. I'm not sure exactly when. Andrew might know better, but he was doing Man of La Mancha in Utah, and it was done in a recording studio in Utah. So I found an old cassette. I found that cassette tape, whatever. I was able to actually bring it, computerize it, digitize it, and bring it in, and then add the pictures to it. But they're all pictures that are his pictures. They're all in his album or his whatever things that were close to him. So I wanted to share that. Michael and I, the reason that my husband Sam and I are here is because of Michael. That's why we have our house in the Poconos. He found us our house, basically, and shepherded us through along with Roseanne, who is his favorite real estate agent, I have to say. But we were roommates together when we did the Broadway tryout. Me and my girl in Los Angeles for 8 weeks. He and I shared a room at the Highland Gardens in Hollywood. Michael didn't have a license then, and I did because I grew up in Connecticut. So he took care of the room, and I took care of the car, and drove us to the rehearsals and to the shows and all. And that's how our friendship started. We lost many years went by where we kind of lost contact, and then again on Facebook, we picked up and. As if we had never stopped. So, and then since we've been here, I've been blessed at least the last 7 years that I've been here to reconnect with him and have and really enjoy his last days. Anyway, so when we were doing Me and My Girl together on Broadway, I did a show at the ballroom, one of those vanity shows, and asked all my friends to come and participate in it. And Michael sang a song that I had written in the BMI workshop with a lyricist, D. Wiedemeyer. And so it's the one video I have of Michael singing, and then I thought he would bring us out before we have a champagne toast.